When did having another baby solve your first baby problem? Linda was a tsunami in Chanel perfume who decided my son Nathan was her do-over baby. From the day he was born, she called him her baby, showing up uninvited with duplicate nursery furniture and enrollment forms for the private preschool, where she'd put a deposit without asking. She had Nathan calling her Mama Lynn, while I was just Mommy. At 6 months, he'd reach for her first at family gatherings. She'd scheduled his first pediatrician appointment during my work hours, then berated me for missing it. A real mother would have known, she said in front of the entire waiting room. During his first Christmas, she gave him a photo album. My first year with Mama Lynn, 20 pages of pictures, Nathan's first smile, first foods, first steps. I wasn't in a single photo. When I flipped through it, shaking, she patted my shoulder. Don't worry, dear, I made you a copy. She bought him a toddler bed for her house, enrolled him in Spanish classes that met during my work hours, and introduced him to her friends as my son Nathan. When I confronted her, she cried to my husband Brian. I'm just trying to help. She's so overwhelmed working full-time. Someone needs to put Nathan first. Brian, caught in the middle, just wanted everyone to get along. I came home early from a business trip to find my house transformed. Linda had moved in temporarily while I was gone. Nathan's dinosaur room was now nautical themed. His toys were reorganized by educational value. She'd enrolled him in a Montessori school across town. The commute would make my job impossible. But the breaking point wasn't the redecorating or the enrollment forms. It was finding the folder on her laptop, left open on my kitchen counter. Custody documentation was the file name. Inside, photos of every fast food meal I'd fed Nathan, every time I'd been late to pick up, every sick day she'd covered, screenshots of my work calendar showing my travel schedule, a draft affidavit claiming I was an absent mother prioritizing career over child. At the bottom, a lawyer's business card and notes from their consultation. Strong case for grandparent rights. Document everything. Emergency custody if needed. She was building a case to take my son. I closed the laptop, put Nathan down for his nap, and felt something cold and calculated click into place. Linda wanted to play grandmother of the year? Fine. I'd give her exactly what she wanted and more. First, I became the world's most accommodating daughter-in-law. You're right, Linda. Nathan needs consistency. Why don't you keep him on your scheduled days? I downloaded a parenting app and invited her to it, documenting every handoff, every minute she had him. Then I started my social media campaign. Every post featured Linda with Nathan, always with captions like, so grateful for Linda taking Nathan again today. And Linda insists on keeping Nathan this weekend too. She's amazing. I printed her texts and framed them. Don't worry about rushing home, I've got my baby. Posted photos of that too. Look what Linda made me for Mother's Day. So thoughtful. The comments started flowing. Wow, she seems intense. Does she ever let you parent? That's your baby, mama. Then came phase 2. I got pregnant. Didn't tell anyone until I was showing. At Sunday dinner, I announced it casually. Oh, Linda already said she can't handle 2 grandkids. She told me Nathan is enough for her. She's exhausted with just 1. Linda's fork clattered. I never said, oh Linda, don't be embarrassed. It's perfectly normal to have limits. You told me Nathan wears you out as it is. Everyone understands. You know your boundaries. I told everyone. Her church friends, her book club, the Montessori moms. Linda's being so responsible, knowing her limits with grandchildren. She can barely handle Nathan. When baby James arrived, I named him after my father and made sure Linda's first visit was at church, surrounded by her prayer group. She reached for the baby, and I loudly said, oh Linda, remember you're too exhausted for another grandbaby. You said Nathan was your limit. Don't strain yourself. The church ladies exchanged glances. Too tired for your own grandson? Linda couldn't claim she wanted more time with James without admitting she'd lied. She couldn't demand access without looking like she was overstepping. She was trapped by her own exhaustion. Now, Nathan barely remembers his Mama Lynn phase. He runs to his brother, not to her. At 9 and 7, they're inseparable. Linda sits at family dinners watching them play, afraid to approach without permission because everyone's watching the grandmother who can't handle more than one.